everyone. I wanted to talk about why I cover my head. I think most people associate head covering with oppression because so many Westerners have only heard about it in the context of Islamic fundamentalism. And the idea that I'm oppressed or that my husband forces me to cover couldn't be any further from the truth. So, why do I cover? The simple answer is that for me, covering is an act of feminism. Not covering has been extremely unempowering for me. My hair is extremely thick and it tends to just kind of go all over everywhere like Merida in Brave. And from the time I was in high school through the early years of my marriage, I spent an insane amount of time and money trying to get my hair to do what I thought it should do. I do not have naturally straight hair by any means, and the message that I got was that people with straight hair are more valuable or more worthy. Like, this is what hair is supposed to do. I just had this really narrow view of my identity because it was so wrapped up in my hair, and this was not an empowering way to live by any means. I started going to church when I was in high school, and I got more negative comments about my hair and my appearance in church settings than I did anywhere else, believe it or not. Youth group was basically a beauty contest, and everyone and their grandmother made it clear that I was not a winner. And Christian girls showed as much skin as non-Christian girls, and I just did not understand how that could be considered a feminist thing to do. I mean, feminism is the idea that women are human beings, and I don't understand what showing tons of skin has to do with that. It just didn't make sense to me. A few years ago, I began looking outside of Christianity for answers to my questions about head covering and modesty. Frankly, most Christians don't know what to do with these subjects. The fundamentalists take an extreme approach, and mainstream Christians don't really give a crap for the most part. And in my experience, it's not non-Christians who have serious issue with my headscarves. It's other Christians. They just don't understand why I'm doing this. So anyway, I started covering and it really helped me get beyond my hair. It helped me see what other qualities I had. And I'm really grateful for that because I actually lost some of my hair to a medical treatment recently. So right now I would have to cover either way. But the hair loss wasn't too difficult emotionally because I felt really secure about who I am. I mean, I was upset at first, but it was so much easier to deal with because I wasn't trying to get my identity from that anymore. People have asked me if I feel different or rejected because I cover, and I don't really know how to answer that because I have felt different and rejected for as long as I can remember. I've never looked like a model. I'm not a genius, and I didn't get contacts until I was in my 20s. I've never fit anyone's standard of what an ideal person is supposed to be. So no, I can't say I feel any more different than usual. You can't really miss what you've never had. So I don't feel different and I don't really miss fitting in. I guess another way to explain it is that I cover up in order to reveal. I cover up physical parts of my being in order to reveal the more abstract parts. I definitely feel more empowered and beautiful when I cover. People have asked me how my spiritual life has changed since I started covering, and I'd have to say it's gotten a lot more authentic. I'm much more present because I'm not constantly worrying about what my hair is up to. I'm able to really be in the moment and really experience being at church or reading my Bible or having meaningful discussions with people. I like myself a lot more than I used to because now I actually believe that there is more to me than just my hair. There's so much about my inner being that I literally couldn't see before I started covering. And the more I grow to love myself, the more loving I become toward other people. I used to be so judgmental about other people's appearances because I just thought that's what you do. Everyone else was doing it. But after I started covering, I learned that that's just wrong. I get asked a lot of other great questions about my decision to cover, and I'll make more videos answering those questions as time and my health issues allow. If there's a question you'd like me to address in future videos, please feel free to leave it in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.